Hi everybody, David Paul here in the KHOU 11 Weather Center. Wanted to step in and give you an update on the tropics. Got this spot trying to develop in the northern Caribbean islands. It may get into the Gulf over the weekend. I'll have the update on that. Just to set your bearings, first of all, forecast for the season from CSU. They're forecasting 25 named storms, with 12 of those becoming hurricanes and 6 majors, Cat 3 or above, well above an average season of 14, 7, and 3. So where are we as far as the season stands right now? Well, we've had 3 named systems so far, and of course one of them hit Houston. We had Alberto. Beryl was Cat 5 when it was moving toward the Caribbean, came into Houston as that Cat 1, and Chris was a tropical storm. So 25 named systems. If we're going to get there, we've got to get through all 21 of these names on the list. Debbie's next. And then that would still leave us with 4 more names to go. We'd go to the supplemental list then. Adrian, Braylon, Cardad, and Deshawn would be 25 named storms. So if that's going to happen, things are going to have to get very busy in a hurry. And it is the forecast for us to really start to ramp up activity in the tropics. And right now, we've got one spot that we're watching. The rest of the tropics are quiet, but this spot here moving through the northern Caribbean islands into the southern Bahamas with a 70% chance for developing. Now, right now, it's a mess. It's not organized. There's no closed circulation. But as it moves west-northwest, as we head into Friday and the weekend, especially the weekend, it's going to move into an area where it's a little more favorable conditions for development. And the Hurricane Center gives it a 70% chance that indeed we do get a closed low, tropical depression, and maybe a tropical storm, or maybe more than that. And they're focusing their attention here in the eastern Gulf of Mexico. So if it were to develop here and stay here, it would be a big rainmaker for Florida and Georgia and Alabama as well. You can see its proximity to Houston. It's pretty far away. If something develops there, Houston would have minimal to zero impacts. Now, what are the models saying? The 2 big ones, the European model and the GFS, the American model, both follow it through the island, so it would be very slow, if not impossible, for it to develop with it interacting with Cuba. But once it emerged into the Florida Straits, that would be Saturday. It could begin to develop here, move up the eastern Gulf, west coast of Florida Sunday, and then maybe make landfall Monday near the Big Bend of Florida, maybe down toward Tampa. That would put Tampa on the wet side of that system. Both these models terminate Monday, 8 p.m. And again, as far as Houston stands, if that forecast verifies, we may not even know it's there for Houston and Galveston, with the bulk of the rain and impacts going into Florida. So that's the Euro and the GFS. This is one of our high-resolution models, and it has an interesting but similar outcome. So here we are Thursday. We go into Friday. It's interacting with Cuba. It's not until Saturday evening that it closes off a low near Key West. And then from there, this high-res model takes it over Florida. So that would not allow it to develop much at all as far as intensity. But that would be a big rainmaker for the entire state of Florida. And you see Georgia and the Carolinas could also get a ton of rain from that track going into the end of the weekend and the first part of next week. And again, on that track, Houston, Galveston, we would not know that it is there. So why are the models moving it in that direction? It's because hurricanes want to take the path of least resistance if they can. So what we've got, the setup going into the weekend, a mountain of air here, high pressure, think of it as a big mountain, and then here's a mountain of air over Texas. So this surface-based system, it doesn't want to climb either of those mountains. It wants to go through the valley pass. That's the easy path of least resistance. That's why the models are suggesting the storm will move into the Florida Panhandle and Big Bend, and not further east or further west. But clearly, anytime a storm gets into the Gulf, as far as Houston and really anybody's concerned to the Gulf Coast, we pay very close attention just in case that forecast decides to change. That's where we stand on Thursday evening. We'll keep you updated Friday and through the coming weekend.